What's going on, everybody? It's Awesome here, and in this video I kind of want to talk about something with you guys, something that's been on my mind for the past few weeks, really. And it has to do with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, and why that game not being sold separately and it being pretty much exclusively bundled with the Infinite Warfare Special Editions is a scary trend for the gaming industry, and I think it could be potentially bad for the entire gaming industry as a whole. And I'm going to explain why that is in this video. So obviously, I'm sure it's been a few weeks. You guys have probably heard about this by now. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is being remastered for the PS4 and Xbox One. However, the only way you can get it is through the Infinite Warfare Special Editions. I'm sure you guys know this already. I've talked about this in previous videos, and I've talked about why that's not a good idea, and now I'm going to go into detail why I think it's a very scary trend for the gaming industry, and I think it could really be very harmful to the gaming industry, and it's just in general just very bad for the gaming industry as a whole. So obviously, the reveal for Infinite Warfare has not been very well received, to put it lightly. It has not been very well received. I've even heard somewhere that Activision even disabled the comments on that YouTube video for the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer just because the hate for it was just so bad. And I'm not exactly sure if they did, though. Something tells me they probably did, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did. So, why is this bad for the gaming industry? Like, what's so potentially harmful about this? Well, by them bundling a Modern Warfare Remastered, something that people have been asking for years now. In the Call of Duty community, people have been asking for a Modern Warfare Remastered, a Call of Duty 4 Remastered for years, and now they're finally getting it, but again, it's exclusive to the Infinite Warfare Special Editions. And as of right now, at least, Activision says they have no plans to release it separately. So, why is this bad for the gaming industry? Because it's a way of artificially inflating sales. But that's not all. If the developers of the game they're developing, like let's say more companies start doing this, where they start bundling remasters of fan-favorite games with their new games. If the developers of the new game know that their sales are going to be artificially inflated due to the remaster being in there, or like being bundled like a special edition, or being bundled in the game in general as like a pre-order bonus or whatever. What drive is there? What motivation is there for the development team to make a good game when they know that their sales are going to be essentially be artificially inflated due to the remastered game being in there? Because especially if Infinite Warfare sells very well this fall, then more companies might start doing the same thing, and then that might make the developers of the new games lazy and unmotivated, and it could result in a lot of really bad or rushed, or just in general just poor games and poor game launches. And it's just going to cause a whole bunch of problems that we don't want. And, you know, because there's no drive, there's no motivation for the developers to make a good product if they know their sales are going to be artificially inflated due to the remastered game, to the remastered fan favorite game. Like, let's say, for an example, let's say with the next Battlefield game. Not Battlefield 1, but the game that comes after Battlefield 1. Let's say EA decides to make a remaster of what's a fan favorite Battlefield game, Battlefield 2. Let's say they decide to remaster Battlefield 2. That'd be awesome if they did. I mean, it's not going to happen, but that'd be awesome if they did. And they decided to release it for PS4 and Xbox One, and they decided to only release it for the special editions of the whatever Battlefield game is. Let's just say it's Battlefield 5. what motivation is there? If they know that that's going to be in there, what's the motivation for DICE to make Battlefield 5 good? To make Battlefield 5 a genuinely good game if they know their sales are going to be artificially inflated by the Battlefield 2 remaster. Maybe DICE isn't a very good example because DICE, they don't disappoint. I mean, yes, they've had broken launches, like Battlefield 4, but for the most part, they don't really disappoint with their games. Like Battlefield 4 is a good game outside of the broken launch. Okay, maybe that's not maybe a good example. Let's say with the next, if there's another Resident Evil game. Let's say they decide to remaster Resident Evil 4 for the next Resident Evil game. What developers, let's say decide to bundle a remaster of Resident Evil 4, which I know is a fan favorite, even though I'm not personally into the Resident Evil series, which I know Resident Evil 4 is a fan favorite amongst the Resident Evil fans. Let's just say they decide to remaster that and put it in and bundle it with the next Resident Evil game, if there's another Resident Evil game, which I'm sure there probably will be. But what drive does that give? What motivation does that give the developers to make of the new Resident Evil game to be good, to make a good game? Like, what drive does that give them to make a good game? When they know their sales are going to be artificially inflated due to the Resident Evil 4 remaster. It's the same exact thing with what's going on now with Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm assuming the Modern Warfare Remaster has been planned for quite some time now. Because I'm sure Activision had to plan in advance. So, like, what drive does that give Infinity Ward to make a good game? What they should have done, which I think would be really awesome, is if they really, on November 4th this year, they released both Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare separately, as their own, each as their own games, as their own respective games. That might give Infinity Ward, the new Infinity Ward team, motivation to make the best game they possibly can, because they know they're going up against this fan favorite game which they know everyone loves, and that will motivate them to make the best game they possibly can. I'm serious, that could probably be designed. And something I don't understand is, I know if they did that, both games would be competing with each other, but how would that, I don't understand how that would lead to a loss in profits, because then consumers have options. They can either go the Modern Warfare route, the classic route, or they can go the new route with Infinite Warfare. And technically, both games are made by the same developer, Infinity Ward. I know Raven Software is doing the Modern Warfare Remaster, but Modern Warfare, the original Call of Duty 4, was originally made by Infinity Ward, by the old Infinity Ward team. I mean, the same company technically, but the old Infinity Ward team, though it is still Infinity Ward. And Infinity Ward is overseeing the project. They're executive producing the project with Raven Software. So how will that lead to? I don't get how the money, because the money for each game is going to be going to the same places. So I'm not exactly sure how is that going to lead to a loss in profits for Activision or Infinity Ward for that matter. There might be something that I'm missing here. I mean, I'm no business expert, but that's just what comes to mind. That's just what I'm thinking right now. How is Activision would be much better off, in my opinion, and in probably everybody else's opinion, if they were to release both Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare separately. Again, like I said, because it gives the new Infinity Ward team, motivation to make the best game they possibly can, because they know they're going up against a fan favorite, and they want to, succeed against that fan favorite. They want to give people, they would want to entice people to want to come to their game instead of going to their new game instead of going to the old game. You guys get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think those are the reasons why, in general, Modern Warfare Remastered not being sold separately is just really bad for the gaming industry in general. And I'm not just saying this just because I'm mad that I can't buy Modern Warfare remastered separately, which admittedly, yes, I am upset that I can't buy Modern Warfare Remastered separately because I don't give a fuck about Infinite Warfare. I've already said this in previous videos. I think Activision in general is just taking Call of Duty into the wrong direction. Call of Duty doesn't belong in space, like I've said in previous videos. But I am thinking about the larger gaming industry as a whole when I'm making this video. I'm not just saying this just because I'm mad that I can't buy Modern Warfare Remastered separately. I'm making this video and making these points because I think it'll be better off for the gaming industry if people just don't, if Activision were to release both games separately, and if people didn't buy the special editions of Infinite Warfare. Guys, if you're watching this video and you've made it this far, please, I'm begging you, do not buy the Infinite Warfare special editions. If you're going to buy Infinite Warfare, buy the regular edition, the one that doesn't come with Modern Warfare Remastered. Because then that stats-wise, that wouldn't have artificially boosted sales. Because then no one would be buying would be playing the Modern Warfare Remastered. And by the way, guys, the less people buy Infinite Warfare, the Legacy editions, the special editions of Infinite Warfare, the less people buy those editions, the sooner we're going to get Modern Warfare Remastered separately. Because then, no one's going to be playing the remaster, and then they're obviously going to want people playing the remaster, to make people feel like the $80 was worth it. Anyway, guys, the video's about to end here. Please like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Please leave your opinions in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.